The time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Are we working? Oh, might have had a glitch. Got another glitch? Oh, wow. What's going on? Is this thing rolling? Oh my God. It's like it's on glitch mode. Hope it works. But okay, I haven't seen the thing. It's like it's giving me every 5 seconds. Hope it's working. That stinks. Huh. Okay, well, we're just going to keep pressing on. I haven't had. God. I hope this works. I'm just going to do the show. I don't know why it's doing that. There's always something going on there. All right, so let's look at the list. And I hope this is working. 5 seconds. It's got to be working. I guess it's working. Maybe it just does that and I never noticed that. No, it never did that. What's happening is it's just going 124, 129, 135. Normally it's every second. So I'm hoping that we're not having technical difficulties. I suppose we're not, but that's new. That just kills me. Thankfully, I'm not trying to record something like a song and get distracted. School has album sales, so I'll probably come back to that, but no sales this week. Of course, we're dealing with this album. Oh, man. Here we go. That's the album. I will report more here momentarily. I don't like sunsets much. Country song, nothing to report on that. Let's move to the YouTube channel and sharing and whatnot. So, I looked at Spotify, getting on Spotify, and they say you got to go through one of their suppliers of content, I guess. And one of them, like this, there's DistroKid, which I'd heard of people talk about, but then there's CD Baby, which I've used before. So I went on there, and I used to be, and I didn't know Spotify really back then, but I had streams on Spotify way back in the day when the album came out. So when I went on CD Baby, it said I canceled. It was canceled or I canceled. It made it seem like I canceled it. I sure didn't, I wouldn't do that. There's no reason I would do that. So my challenge is going to be to communicate with them and ask them, did I cancel something that I didn't cancel? I mean, what? It's very frustrating. So it's like, because then it's like you can read, if you cancel it, you have to come up with a new barcode and upload it and stuff. And I mean, I know I'd have to re-upload it, but I never canceled it. And I think it probably could be $100 or something. I don't know what it is. $10 for a single, and maybe not quite that for a full album. But I mean, not $10, but I don't think might not be 100. But I don't want to. What's going on? So very frustrating. I don't look at CD Baby very much because I mean I do get some. It looks like I'm still getting streams of the Trump's Gonna Thump. That's what I'll come down to. I guess I could say that later, but yeah, that sucks. So that kind of slows down my plan. My plan was to get that up on Spotify and then start sharing it, finish my Tapping in Our Spiritual Roots series, right? So that's a problem. That's a problem. The problem for me is I can't call anybody, and I hope I can have a reasonable conversation through chat, which I'm not happy to do. Not at all. So we'll see. But I can't. I'm gonna have to think about, do I want to pay again, do another barcode? I guess I kind of have to, and I guess it depends on the price. I probably should have double checked the price because it said single or 2 or more songs, right? Which I don't know how many you can go up to, but in my case, it's 10. I just don't remember. Disappointing. So at least I know what it is. I know CD Baby. I'm familiar with them and all that, but can I get a hold of them? So that's where we stand with sharing that. It's just funny because my daughter's like, yeah, get on Spotify. I can't find you. People can't find me. But I did actually used to be on there, believe it or not. So with my album. Nothing new as far as the shorts and TikTok. I mean, they're kind of steady. Let's see. I thought I was going to talk about rules of engagement, and this kind of, what was I thinking about? Maybe with, I don't really have any. I can't remember, but I can't quite remember. It sounds like there is some stuff going on rules of engagement wise with CD Baby, but I can't speak to it. I've been watching these younger black guys, good, funny. I don't know. I first caught onto them. They're watching Larry Bird and like, wow, man, that dude's talking trash, and watch the Righteous Brothers. It's just like their first time. They had these things that say, first time hearing the Righteous Brothers, first time seeing Larry Bird, things like that. Interesting. They're funny, but as you know, if you look at them, they started out with the Black Lives Matter poster behind them, and then they got, I think one of the group, if it's 4 or 5, he was probably a little more not with that, and I suspect he helped lead the charge and get these guys turned around. I mean, he was getting turned around probably too, but it's really cool to see guys go from being Black Lives Matter. They weren't really that political, but clearly they were thinking that was the way to go, to, man, they've totally done a 180. They're the opposite now, and it's only because what they would do is they say, send me your stuff. You want me to know about the Righteous Brothers? We'll check it out. Mobb Deep. They're checking out Mobb Deep. But let's find out about. I was trying to see what some of the political stuff, but one was Thomas Sowell, which, man, they listen to him, and then once you go there and listen to him, you can't argue with it, and then you just kill one thing to the next, and now they're really, I think they had an interview with Vivek Ramaswamy. I mean, this is great, which is great that he does that stuff too. I mean, they got quite a following, but it's cool. I mean, I just hope for more of that. I think everyone, you kind of think, man, it's going to turn. People are going to figure this out, and you look for things like that to hope that there are some things happening. The W Ballers, not much to say. Let me talk about momentarily, and this is kind of my, I guess, current events related too, but it affects my working on all these things. Is my daughter's school has been very challenging for her this year, and we're talking about she can maybe do online school, and online school, it's public school content without having to go in there. So it's like, that might be okay, because I asked her today, would you want to go to Nathan Hill? And my wife's like, I heard they had a card, what would you call it? A ring of car thieves or something like that from the school. These young guys from the not such good upbringing, That's the thing. You get a mixture, and so you could go to send your child to school with somebody whose parents might not even be around or discipline those kids or anything, and now they're the classmate of your child, and the teacher, of course, can't deal with them. They probably give them 1 million second chances, so they never get rid of them, and just messes up everything. My daughter remembered the story. I told her when I was shortly after I graduated college, I came back to my high school and was selling pizza outside there down by Ezel's, and the towards the gym or Garfield. And I got two guys wanted the money more than the pizza is how I say it. I saw them looking through the van, looking like they're plotting, you know. And I didn't fight them too hard for the money. I could have fought them a little harder, but it wasn't too big a deal. But that was disheartening. They were teenagers, you know. And then you had a mob of students just take the rest of my pizzas while I was on my back trying to recover. Very upsetting. This is Seattle Public Schools, folks. And that was not like yesterday. That was years back. And I don't think much has changed. Jacker mentality, you know, I said it wrong. I want to say what you sow, you shall reap. I think I was saying, I was yelling, what you reap, you shall sow. But yeah, what you sow, you shall reap. Terrible, you know. And Thomas Sowell was talking about that, you know, that black culture kind of thing and what's going on and where it comes from and the low. It's a lot. There's a lot of things to it, but it's crazy. That's crazy, and you can't. You know, as a parent, I just can't. And I was thinking back even when I was in high school, thinking about some of the guys that were, you know, they were a little older than me, but you know, whatever. They were like grown men with young girls to me. That's what I felt thinking back. I was like, man, these girls didn't have a chance, you know, and they could smooth talk them or whatever. Crazy. No place for send your daughter. I'm just saying, I wouldn't know what, you know, just like even for 2 seconds, I thought, just because it's painful with the tears and she's going through with her school. It's very tough. But the alternatives are just worse by far, you know, and we're just going to have to figure out what we're going to do. But that is just simply, for me, not an option. I can't, in good conscience, send her into that, and my wife can't do it either. Now, I think, and I'm talking about Nathan Hale and Ingram, if you talk about Roosevelt and Lincoln now open, I'd say those schools are better, more affluent, probably less knuckleheads in there. Probably a few, but I don't think that would fly as much, but it's still got, you know, there's no moral code. But yeah, if I had to, I'd probably want to say, okay, you got to go at least to Roosevelt or something. Shoot, I'll deliver mail to what? Should I say it? I already said when I'm delivering mail, I've got my heart ripped out when I found out what club they had. So here we go again, man. Everywhere you look for a young person, you're just bombarded with I'll say definitely things that are way off from what God would want. Way off. No good. And if you're going to a private school like that, for me, I'd be like, all right, you're out. Because thank God my daughter doesn't have anything like that at her school. You want to guess what I'm talking about? It's the most divisive issue in the faith community. We had an issue with our church and with the outreach to the Japanese students. So, you know, it just comes up. People live a compromised life and they want to tell others about it. And then it sends a mixed message to people who want to understand God. You know, it's like you can kind of exist in two worlds there. Okay, so that's my current events mixed into what's going on and why it's a little distracting, but it's fine. We'll make it. Like I said, the guy we saw him at the pizza place. We call it still first world problems, even though some of the stuff's kind of not. But for the challenges at my daughter's school, those would have to be considered first world problems. Yes. Music for Back to the Rhyme. So I did get with my friend Zanye, and he went over my Reformation song, and said it was off a couple times. It really wasn't too bad, but then like when he went over No Hope, he's like, yeah, that you were late on a lot of them. See, I cannot tell. I just can't. He suggested that we looked up like, like all musicians basically have coaches, like voice coach. Michael Jackson got a voice coach back in the day. And, just you could be at the top of your game, you still have a coach. And so, yeah, that would be good. It's still a cost. It still takes time, but I had to look into that. I have some support, obviously, but I mean, I was watching like those Cartier guys were talking about NF, amazing, and Flood Society, those guys, amazing, right? Technically speaking, amazing. Now they're rapping so fast, I really don't even know what they're saying. I really don't even try to know what they're saying. I've probably mentioned this before. So for me, that's not like a goal for me to be able to rap super fast. Not a goal at all. But I respect it a ton. And I think, I don't know, the following they have, is it out of respect for their skills or they like the music, or I suppose it's both. Yeah, the NF I heard, the one song I heard was pretty, yeah, I want to probably check that out. That might be a good jam. So, and I know somebody knows them too, but like I said, that's probably why they would probably look at me like, no, we couldn't bring this guy in. But then when you go back to Alex and our show, we thought I did the best. So I think I just gonna have to do my best. I sat there with the drums today at church, and half of them were electronic, and I don't know what to do. We turned on the metronome. I just didn't know what to do. I need a plan, But at least I sat down. I still need to talk to Pastor Mike or something. Hopefully he can give me some pointers. Hey, if I want to learn the drums, a few minutes a week, just for starters, what would you suggest? Because that's what the coaching suggests, is like, if you don't have rhythm, will help you. Wow, that's really nice, because I would say I do not have that. It's hard if you're trying to be a rapper, right? So, but that's the thing. I don't feel like my strength is more in the songwriting, the lyrics, the melodies, and so I just have to do my best when it comes to the rhythm. So that's the objective there. Also sent off the Next Level an email. Finally, I was in the wrong area of their website when it says contact. It was in the lower thing. They had a big thing. I was able to put all the stuff I needed to and send it. I didn't check before I got on to see if they responded, but they hadn't responded yet. But this is kind of the weekend, Veterans Day weekend. So happy Veterans Day, by the way, from yesterday, 2 days ago now. So that's that. I hope, I just put it out there, and I was just like, I hope it, I don't know what I hope. I really, it'd be nice. I think it would really benefit and bless our group to have some songs like that, especially the song Worldwide Warriors. I think would be fabulous. I can visualize it in my mind being played in the stadium, an arena, more like. And I think it'd go off really well. So that's my hope, and we'll see what happens. So merch, we got some good news on that front. Man, John, who's rocking it at the workplace, we have our challenges here and there, but in the end, so how can I not love the guy? And he says he's gonna buy another shirt, and he gets compliments from the ladies on it. One girl apparently said, "Hey, I love your cute cat shirt," or "I see you're wearing your cute cat shirt," or something. So that's good. So I think maybe I'll talk to him tomorrow. Hopefully I'll remember, and then Tuesday let him check. I mean, really, it's only the black ones that seem appropriate guy at this point. I don't have any gray ones that. Yeah, I'm pretty much down to black, and then pink, and then black with the pink. That's what I currently have. So, and that should be fine. I think that's what would work for him. I'm not sure if he wants a second one so he can wear one like more often in between laundry loads or what, but cool, dude. And I really would love for more people to say, yeah, man, where'd you get that shirt? I got to get me one. That's what I'm waiting for, That would be nice. Okay, so next, Trump's going to thump. So I believe he is, man. He killed it at Madison Square Garden, UFC. People going crazy. He's with Tucker Carlson, Dana White, the UFC guy, and Kid Rock and Don Jr. They all just walk out. I mean, that's cool, man. That's just, to me, it's like if you were in that audience, you feel like a part of it. Really, to me, you're a part of something. That's how I think of it. I'm like, man, it's not that far away. He's right there. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, things are just continuing on. He's gonna win, and Ramaswamy, I guess, had a good debate for those who are watching that stuff. I just think he's gonna be probably the guy to watch 4 years from now. That's just the way it is. He's positioned himself to be the top outsider for sure, because the thing is, when you look at the polls, he might be second place with all these other guys. With DeSantis are kind of not that far ahead, but I think when you take Trump's name off that poll, a lot of those votes are going to go to him. I think probably a lot of Trump supporters aren't even paying attention, because they're already just going to support Trump. But when you have to decide, I think he's going to be probably right there. And then I also was hearing talk about, I guess President Trump was asked, would you consider Tucker Carlson as a VP? And that's kind of exciting too. Why not? You can do much worse, that's for sure. Okay, so you'll be glorified. I don't have anything new there. Just to say, going back to Trump, it's like, as I say, I was telling the young man at church today, he says he's undecided. He doesn't like either candidate. I'm just like, and it'll be his first time to vote. I'm like, look, see, that's where it's, when it comes to religious freedom, you have one guy to choose. The other guy's not interested in that. That's not a priority. First Amendment, things like that. So, but if that's not important to you, I don't know why it wouldn't be as an American, but it's clearly the way it is. So, and I mean, really, who stands with Israel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, I think I will get back to the rhymes, and let me see if I can finish this song. I do have subject matter for the next song, and it relates to education, and I'm prepared to explore that if I have enough material. And this has just done this the whole time. So at the end of the show, I'm just going to probably watch the beginning just to make sure it didn't glitch the whole time. It did. That is really disappointing. I suppose who knows what I did, if I did something, but just weird. All right, so I think it's past my bedtime. True, right? I think I'm about to hear the birds. Oh, I said in the reverse order. The sky is brightening. No sleep, that's frightening. But the chirping of the birds ain't. I can hear them chirping, though it's faint. Thank you, Lord, for having them to bring in the new day. It's quiet. What would you have me do today? No better time to wait upon the Lord. No better time to ask yet again what I'm here for. Is he keeping score? Oftentimes that's the thought. Our Redeemer says, no, perish the thought. Meanwhile, sit back and enjoy the show. Are you comfortable? I hope so. They doing their thing, don't you know? It's about time we just let go. I think I'm about to hear the birds. I think it's past my bedtime. I probably should call it a night. Too late. I'll have to call it an early morning. I'll just do it once. Short on sleep again. The alarm clock's not my friend. 24 hours passed. Where have I been? What have I done? What have I done? Slipped up and didn't put myself down. Slipped up and I put myself down. Stopped short of calling myself a clown. Clown around me and get beaten down. Not by an adversary per se. Not the way you want to roll into the next day. That is... Okay, and I said, I think I'm about to hear the birds. I think it's past my bedtime. I probably should call it a night. Too late. I'll have to call it early morning. So that's about a minute 30. Let's keep going. I actually had, I guess I could put a little more into this verse. Yeah, probably. I had a thought of what to write. By the way, I did finish my second verse for Drop Top Anthem. So that is good. I knocked it out in like 10 minutes, finally got on it. So that's good. We had a miscommunication. I was waiting for Zanya. Let me knock it out. So I wasn't able to like check and see how my timing is on, because I'm going to keep working on that. I've got to get to the point where I can hear the beat, even with some of these. Some of these are really hard for me to pick out the beat. It's like, man, I don't know what I got to do to get better at picking that out. But maybe playing the drums and just really, I need to be in a spot where I really hear the drums on every song I listen to, like on the radio or something. That's what I think. It's not fun exactly. I don't enjoy doing that, but just as a necessity, I think that's kind of the direction I better go. All right. Stop short of calling myself a clown. Clown around you beaten down, not by an adversary per se, not the way you want to roll into the next day. But hey, I'll hit the hay. There you go. Well, look to do better. The next day. And hey, I'll hit the shower. Hit the shower. Showers. It's your own shower. Only one. Hit the shower. Freshen up. Hey, I'll hit the shower. Freshen up. Good as new. That's what's up. This is new, I'll tell myself. That's what's up. All right, so now we'll add that. Like I said, I just did my little intro to the song. Let's start it here. I think I'm about to hear the birds. I think it's past my bedtime. The sky is brightening. No sleep? That's frightening. The chirping of the birds ain't. I can hear them chirping, though it's faint. Thank you, Lord, for having them bring in the new day. I'm still, it's quiet. What would you have me do today? No better time to wait upon the Lord. No better time to ask what I'm here for. Is he keeping score? Oftentimes that's the thought. Our Redeemer says, no, perish the thought. Meanwhile, sit back and enjoy the show. Are you comfortable? I hope so. They're doing their thing, don't you know? Ain't about time we just let go. I think I'm about to hear the birds. I think it's past my bedtime. I probably should call it a night. Too late. I'll have to call it an early morning. I think I'm about to hear the birds. I think it's past my bedtime. I probably should call it a night. Too late. I'll have to call it an early morning. Short on sleep again. The alarm clock's not my friend. 24 hours past, where have I been? What have I done? What have I done? Slipped up and put myself down. Didn't put myself down. Slipped up and put myself down. Stopped short of calling myself a clown. Clown around, you be beaten down. Not by adversary per se. Not the way you wanted to roll into the next day. But hey, I'll hit the hay. We'll look to do better the next day. And hey, I'll hit the shower and freshen up. Good as new, I'll tell myself that's what's up. I think I'm about to hear the birds. I think it's past my bedtime. I probably should call it a night. Too late, I'll have to call in the early morning. I think I'm about to hear the birds. I think it's past my bedtime. I probably should call it a night. Too late. I'll have to call it an early morning. And I'll call it the end of Back to the Rhymes. Till next time, we will be back to the rhyme.